Hey, welcome to it. That's right. The What More Can I Say podcast, episode 58. I'm your boy, Kapone. But before we get to introducing everybody like we normally do, we got a special surprise for you. That's right. It is the Never Stop, Never Settle Society interview series that will be coming up at the end of the podcast. So don't go anywhere. You want to get inspired. You want to listen to how someone made it. We're talking about people that inspire the community, entrepreneurs, just great people, influencers. It's so many different people we're going to talk to that have such a great story on how they got themselves to this higher level than what they started at. Let's face it, as African Americans, what happens to us? A lot of times we don't have anybody to teach us stuff. We have to learn on the fly. And the best thing to do is be inspired by people that are winning. And that's why Hennessy has put together the Never Stop, Never Settle series. And remember, we'll be playing at the end, the interview. Shout out to the person that we're going to interview. I'll tell you who that is later on in the show. But let's go ahead and get to it. You already know what it is. Let's jump right to it and introduce the first lady of the pod, the only lady of the pod, Keke. What's up?
What's up, fellas? How are you?
What's up, Keke?
Oh, nothing much, just cooling, chilling, trying to never stop, never settle, honey. Stack these coins, I can't wait for the end so people can see who we talk to.
Right.
Zach Boog, what's up, killer?
Man, listen, have you ever had a Hennessy and orange juice?
Tom had every Hennessy drink known to man. At this point, Tom making his own type of cocktail.
Which I did. I got a mango with a little bit of roses, lime, with some Hennessy BS. Oh, I'm talking about. Woo.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how you know you've been making cocktails for a long time. When you start getting roses, lime, what is that? Where is that in the grocery store?
He don't got the regular ice cube. He got the
Yeah, he have to get the roses, lime. Listen, I am a whatever the alcohol is, Hennessy plus whatever the juice is. That's me. Okay.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Cheers. Let's go ahead and get right to it, man. A big list of things, man. A lot of things happened. First of all, the biggest night in culture. That's right. The BET Awards happened. Look at her over there. She just because it was all about the women. It was completely about the ladies this year, which is dope. We're gonna save you for last, Keke. Zach Boog, your first thoughts of what went down at the BET Awards, bro?
I was impressed. The BET Awards looked great. It looked great. You could tell they still had their little COVID restrictions going. People was 6 feet apart. But it was a really, really good show. I will say that. Start to finish, it was a great show. Some things concern me though. I don't feel like the city girl should have been twerking like that in front of Congresswoman Maxine Waters. They set Maxine Waters in the front row. They didn't sit her in the front row to see the city girls bounce ass. That is not it, man. I feel like they should have told her, like, we got an intermission. Let her walk to the back while the city girls perform. I mean, but I really don't have that many complaints. It was a great show.
Favorite part?
Oh, my favorite part had to be DJ Khaled's performance. Meg Thee Stallion's performance was dope. I really like Meg's performance. Cardi B announcing the fact that she was pregnant, that set the show off for me. When the BET Awards turned into a gender reveal, I was like, we done turned this into an announcement, So it was just all around a good show. I really can't even complain about it. Taraji did a great job too.
She did.
She did a great job. Now, Keke, I'll let you talk to this though. I do want to ask you this. Were some of her outfits missing?
What you mean? Oh, like not no point. Yeah, but she did this. It's like she did a costume thing throughout the night where she dressed up as a bunch of different, influential women artists. So I got where she was going. But overall, I think Taraji's a great host. She did good.
She did good. She definitely did. Yeah, but I can't complain, man. I can't complain.
All right, Keke. Your quiz was on Showcase. front and center.
Yes.
And the special shout out to Queen Latifah.
Yes.
Getting a great award.
Yes.
How are you feeling? This is all about the ladies. Come on, talk to us, Keke.
Well, first of all, I love the BET Awards, okay? Ever since I was a little girl, it's an event in my house. I buy food. I put on an outfit like I'm there. I interview people as they walking through the house. Like and if everybody, all my friends is watching, please comment and co-sign because that's the truth. I've been throwing BET award show parties, right? And so when I got to go through that time, Tone, I was really in heaven. But I like watching it from home. So this year was no different. I loved everything about it from the pre-show, where they had all the new up-and-coming artists performing, Corey LeRae, Moray, a bunch of people just, performing their songs. That was nice. I didn't really care for it. I'm not gonna say I didn't care for it, but I noticed that they were still doing like social distancing on the red carpet. And it just looked a little awkward to me, like the host over here and the artist is across the way. It just looked crazy. But BET, I would, you could have put me out there on the red carpet. I would have been right up on the artist. I'm vaccinated and everything. So call me next time. Anyway, it was great. The show started off on a high note with Cardi B still in the show with her pregnancy announcement. Cardi B she's amazing. So that was a great way to open the show. I love the Migos that they had actual choreography. Did y'all see the moves that the Migos
did?
Really, like it gave me B2K vibes. Like they were. Yes. The Migos came through. That is stupid. The Migos really came through with their little moves. And I was like, wow, they really put some effort into this performance. It really started to show off on a great note. So that was amazing. Every performance was hitting for me. Love Queen Latifah. She's one of my biggest inspirations. So that was dope. And overall, the only performance that was lackluster to me was DaBaby. I just felt
I hated his performance.
I was like, what is going on? He had a barbershop. He hanging from the sky. He playing basketball. He got on a coat. Like, what is happening? It was so confusing. That was the only performance that they could have kept. But everything else was amazing. Amazing. 10s across the board. Love BET Awards. It was great.
Yeah, great. I agree with you. DaBaby definitely missed it.
Yes.
Missed it. And I know he was mad. He got into it with Meg Thee Stallion because he could have probably performed Cry Baby. Of course, I love Megan's knees are impressive. The way her balance and the sturdiness in which she just betrays herself as such a sturdy woman. I love that. I felt as a church going man, I was worried about Kurt Franklin with the baby. I was worried about Kurt Franklin with the baby.
With Lil Baby.
Yeah, I was with Lil Baby. Yeah, I was worried about that. I was worried about that. You don't want Kurt on the fence of the center, bro. He just one little piss, one little push, hanging out with Lil Baby. Lil Baby over there. Kurt going over the edge again. Going back over the edge. You got it. But I liked it. I like the fact it showed that Lil Baby is a star, flat out. He is the biggest artist in hip hop right now. Mm-hmm. He is the guy. But I said, Kurt, ooh, Kurt, you next to a center now. He in the world, Kurt. he asked you to come out. I don't know. I was worried about Kurt. But other than that, man, I thought it was well done, like always. BET Awards, like they said, is the biggest night in culture. It's an amazing event. You love to see everybody there. It's everybody you want to see. You never leave the BET Awards like, man, I wish such and such would have performed. Bro. I wish such and such would have won. I wish I would have saw this person. You always see the right people there. They always do such a great job. So salute to BET, man, for putting it down for the culture.
Hey, one thing. Hold on, Tom.
I
forgot because I went first and y'all made me think of it. Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars.
Oh, best performance of the night.
Dope performance. But guess what? You on watch now. You on the clock, y'all. Y'all are on the clock. You have to deliver an album. You all have been stalling this album out way too long, riding the hell out of this song, but y'all are on the clock. We need music from y'all. You're not gonna win best group at the BET Awards with one song. You got to stop it. They kept saying, "Oh, we want to hear some new music." Yeah, we want to hear some music. We're gonna do the old one again. Come on now. And they're so into character. I thought about Tone when I was watching them. Because Tone always, Keke, Tone always says this. He always says people can be famous. No, he always says people can have money, but they want fame.
Yes.
And to me, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak as the group, they have been milking it so hard and I was like, why are they milking it so hard? And I realized, I said, oh, they're both getting fame they've never had before. Let's
listen to him. I know where you're going, Zach. Go ahead. I see where you're going. Give a second. Give a second.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Bruno Mars has never had that just pure Black acceptance. Never in his career. He's always been a pop guy. Some Black people rock with him, but now he's like the guy. He's good, with Black. And he's always wanted our acceptance. He has. He got it with Anderson .Paak with this. And Anderson .Paak has never been an A-list star either. So with Bruno, he's an A-list star. So I was like, oh, they milking the hell out of this. And I see it and I get it. I'm not even mad at them, but y'all on the clock. We just need an album. That's it. That's it. We're not gonna run the same song back and keep this running it back over and over again. Come on, man. Yeah. Knock that off. Yeah. And that's it. That was the only take I had. And the BET Awards was the Meg Thee Stallion Lil Baby show. There it is. That's all it was about. Meg won every award. And Baby performed every time. Every 20 minutes, Lil Baby was out there.
Yeah, Lil Baby people are going to get used to. You got to get used to. In case you don't know, if you watch the pod, you're like, I don't know about Lil Baby. He's going to be around for a while. Lil Baby is the star of this generation, so get used to him. Yeah, and he might turn into Jay-Z.
At least Lil Wayne. At least a
Lil Wayne. But he is tough. Shout out to Lil Baby and what he's got moving, man, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get to this. This hit the fan. I was like, what in the hell happened? Speaking of BET Awards, maybe they went to the BET Awards together. Keke, what's happening with Ray J and Wendy Williams? What is happening with that?
Child, sometimes, Wendy done lost her connect and she need a new plug. That's all that is. That's all that is. It's nothing. Yes. Come on now, y'all. You know what that's about. Listen, Wendy, Ray J, who's the plug? Where can I get it? Boom. That's all that is. I love Auntie Wendy. Y'all know that. But that's the truth. Ain't no other reason they would be hanging out together. This is rest in peace. God bless the dead. Rest in peace to the queen. But when we saw Ray J hanging out with Whitney Houston, okay, what you thought that was? What you thought was happening? Okay, I rest my case. There you go.
Keke is pod fam tonight.
But did I lie?
Pod over. Pod over. I'm going home. I'm at home. I'm going to bed. It's over.
Y'all.
I can't touch it. I'm not touching that.
Why?
Because Keke, you said something on that. I ain't gonna lie, you pod. You said something. You said that she needed a new connect. Oh man, that was great.
It seems like Ray J praised on codependent vagina. That's what it seems like. I'm not pointing any fingers at anybody, but it seems like codependent JJ's eyes thing. I think
you ain't lying.
I don't know. I definitely don't know, but it feels like that.
My take is so weak. I was gonna say, hey, Ray J likes cougars, but y'all took it to a whole nother level.
These are things that are alleged, though. Everything is alleged.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly, those people had substance issues. Allegedly. And Ray J seems to be around all the alleged people that have issues with the white stuff. So that
they were looking real cracky too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Just the way they was looking, the way they was, ain't nothing like
that's a nasty couple. That's all I'm saying. That's a nasty couple. I don't want to ever see them kiss in public. That's a nasty couple. I don't care what Wendy Williams got out on me when I was dating Fabian, so I'm not going. disrespect that woman and call her a dude and nothing like that. I would never do that. She just got a strong face. The thing of it is I will say this. No one on the planet wants to see you two have any type of PDA in public. No one. Like nobody on the planet. Nobody wants to see that. That is the one thing I can say definitely no one wants to see. All right, anyway, man, let's keep this going.
Hold on. I gotta get this joke off. And I didn't even write this ain't my joke, but I saw it on the Shade Room and it had me laughing for about 15 minutes. So I want to share. Somebody said that Wendy Williams' legs look like they on the wrong leg.
I'm not laughing at that. She can't help that. And that's not funny. Y'all are evil. She can't help that.
I told you that wasn't me. But I was crying for 15 minutes just by myself.
That's not right, y'all.
But your legs are wrong. Hey, Wendy, your legs are wrong.
Your legs on the wrong leg.
Hey, Zach, you gonna be telling her you gonna tell your son she's on the wrong foot, son.
Yeah, right.
Wendy, your legs on wrong.
Y'all ain't right.
All right, man. Let's keep it going down the list. But this is interesting. Another thing that happened from the weekend. It was great. Soulja Boy and Bowwow. Zach, Boog, your two favorite artists of your life growing up, battled it out in the verses. What do you think?
It was everything I expected it to be. It was a lot of lying. I told you they was gonna be out there lying.
Yes.
They did that. I told you, because that's what they gonna do. They gonna outlie each other. It was really interesting to me. You know, I watched the battle. It was interesting. Soulja Boy was being Soulja Boy, what I expected. Bow Wow was being Bow Wow. I didn't understand Bow Wow's delivery of his songs. Like he was rapping them so strong and hard. Like he wasn't a kid when them came out. When I was 8, I was drunk in the backyard. I was like, bro, you're not a gangster rapper, bro. You know, this was little Bow Wow.
That's true.
You know, his delivery was throwing me off. I was like, they are too strong. His delivery is too strong. Just toning it down a little bit. I love the energy. Just tone your voice down a little bit. You got your grown man voice on your kid, mixing with your kid voice when you recorded the song. And it's doing something to my ear. It was hurting my ear a little bit. Other than that, I thought the fact that they brought out people was dope. I mean, Bow Wow, when they did the "Oh, I Think They Like Me" remix, I lost my mind. I did. I sang I did the dances. I sang every word. I mean, he even found Pimpin' from them franchise boys.
Yep.
Who knew where Pimpin' was? Who knew where he was? Bow Wow did. And he killed that verse. So shout out to Pimpin'. He snapped. Man, it was crazy. And then, it got confusing because he brought out Lil Romeo. So Soulja Boy brought out Lil Romeo.
Yes. Yep.
So when Soulja Boy brought out Lil Romeo, I realized, I said, Lil Romeo thinks that he was way more important in the culture than he actually was.
Okay, now you part Zach.
and I can't nobody tell him nothing because don't get me wrong, he's Lil Romeo. We know you, but we know you more from being Master P's son than because of your music career. He was like, it was me and you. It was me versus you. It was never a real battle or debate, Romeo. You had one song. And then he came out and performed. He performed like 4 songs, right? By himself that we didn't know. He performed like 4 songs, like just snippets, like 15 seconds of each one, right? So, and we didn't know the first 3.
Right.
I never heard it in my life. Then the last song he performed, it was the, oh, Romeo, give me a check. We know that. But then Lil Romeo brought out another Lil Romeo. It was like, he had a whole nother little dude.
He did.
And I was like, so Romeo, you decided to rap the 3 songs we didn't know. And then you let new Lil Romeo rap the song we knew. And then he gave a speech about him calling himself Kobe. And by that point, I was like, Lil Romeo, get the hell off the stage. You know, you and all 13 bags of them rap snacks. Y'all just go ahead, stand on the side. I'm happy you're there. But we don't need, this is not about you. You were not that big. You were not that important. You had a couple songs and you were really rich. We remember you from Cribs. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Romeo's highlight of his career was Cribs when he showed us he had his own house at 10. And everybody was like, oh my God, I wish I had my own house. That's what the hood though. You remember he had a little go-kart car. It was fresh. He said, like, we was like, oh, Romeo, that dude. That's why we liked Romeo. It was never because of his music. So that's it, man.
Zach, you had some stuff to get off your chest about little relax. While you relax over there, champ, easy. We'll holler at Keke. I don't know if there's any left on this story. Zach took it all. He potted it away. And by the way, he has some stuff to get off his chest about little Romeo. What do you think about the battle, Keke?
Zach is passionate, okay? I like to see this, Zach. This is good here, okay? Hell, I don't even know what's left. Y'all, the person that won the battle for me was Omarion, okay? That's all I cared about. That's all I was there watching for, was waiting on him to come on, pop out, and give us the little 5 seconds of his little song with Bowwow. And he came and he did, and that was really the highlight for me. Other than that, it was like watching your drunk uncle and your crackhead uncle have a dance contest at the barbecue. That's really what it was. I really enjoyed it more than I probably should have. I watched it twice because I enjoyed it so much. Because Soulja Boy, I don't know what drug he is on, but he is in full cocaine. Definitely hard cocaine. He's in a full-fledged coke, like, I don't know. He's a whole coke character at this point, and it's so funny to watch. Like, he just was making up stuff. He started saying he was the first to ever use a cell phone, first to use a computer, first man to make MySpace, first. Like, damn, Soulja Boy, what didn't you do? And that just gave me the drunk uncle vibe. Bow Wow was the drunk uncle. He was getting slightly aggressive. Then he had to tone it down. He kept trying to find himself like, we're not gonna fight, but I want to fight you, but I'm not gonna fight you. It was very good to watch. This was one of the best versus battles I have ever seen. And them having Omarion that just made it 10 times better. So that's my take.
Yeah. When I saw Omarion come out, I said, oh yeah, Keke's happy at this point. I got upset at Lil Romeo over that one comment, but I was just like, Romeo, he calls it Kobe and Bow Wow, MJ, and Soulja Boy, LeBron, and it was all confusing. I was just like, I thought the same thing that Zach thought. Like, bro, you think you way, way more important than you really are. You masterpiece, son. Yeah. You masterpiece, son. You did a great job. This is a thing, though. Ladies, you can pay attention to this, too. Here's another teaching moment. Put on your big girl pants. Fellas, put on your big boy pants. Those of you that are on Instagram and you always got to have your goddamn shirt off every time because you got abs. You want to show everybody your body. That body goes south and the talent ain't there, you end up like Lil Romeo. There it is. There it is. Once the abs are going, like I ain't never had abs. I had a flat stomach, but I ain't never had them. Okay, I did have them a little bit, but still, I didn't depend on what my body looked like to be talented. And that's what I'm saying. Lil Romeo, whenever he got into anything, it's like, hold up. Let me take my shirt off. And I ain't mad at him. It worked. It worked. It was working. But then once you don't have the abs to take your shirt off every 5 seconds, you kind of stuck with thinking that you were bigger in the culture and you sing 3 songs that no one knew. Literally, no one knew. Oh, and you did it in front of 1 million people. Everybody was like, the comments, if you watch the replay, everybody's looking like they hit question marks in the faces with the eyeballs like, what are we listening to?
Y'all know, like, y'all going in on Romeo. Now, I'm not gonna let y'all slander the man like that, okay? He did jump off the bridge with the Kobe reference. But I just really think Romeo is one of them people, like, you ever had this in your life where somebody got beef with you, but you don't know that y'all got beef? Like, They in the streets like it's beef. You know what I'm saying? Like when I pull up on Tone and you like, I don't even know. I didn't even know we had beef. I felt like that was the energy Romeo was giving off. Like he came there with like a lot on his chest that nobody else really felt or thought.
No, nobody. He said, Soulja Boy, you the first person to ever give Romeo and Bow Wow on the same stage. Like you know, it's love now, bro. And like we gotta. He tried to make a Gucci Jeezy moment.
Yes, but it's not that.
But it wasn't.
But he's not that important. The thing of it is those two were, when it comes to it, were the biggest people. They were way bigger than Lil Romeo. Again, it's okay. I was Master P's son. That's it. It's okay. You're Master P's son. It's tough. It's like being Michael Jordan's son. To be honest, it's like being Michael Jordan's son. It's going to be tough to be Kanye West's son, to be Jay-Z's son. It's going to be tough. And you know, if you've ever seen any of the people that have rich and famous parents, some of them just be like, that's my daddy. That's it. I ain't that talented, but I sure spend this money good. That's it. It's what it is. It is what it is. Look at what Puff Daddy's sons do. Look at what they do. Look at what Diddy's sons do.
That's true.
King Combs is cool. You don't never see him acting like, hey, I'm this. And actually, King Combs got some good records. Yeah. But look at the other sons. Look at the other sons. You know what they happy being? I'm Diddy's son, and I do it well. And even the fact, and I even like the fact of what is it? Is it Justin? I can't think of the one.
Justin, yeah. With the show.
But he produced the song, produced the show on the Respectfully, the Jay, what's his buddy name?
Respectfully, Justin.
Thank you. I'm messing up everybody's stuff today. But I'm saying he produced the show. Him and old boy got cool and like, yo, Dad, look, I think we got something here. And he sits like an Ed McMahon, I'm dating myself, like any type of sidekick, and just sits there and just laughs, the camera pans on him. He's got a perfect life. Don't try to make yourself more important like Lil Romeo did. I just think he stepped into a place with two real artists and tried to make himself a part of real artistry when he's not. He's just Master P's son.
Can I ask y'all this? Who won?
You know, Romeo.
Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy.
You say Soulja Boy?
Easy.
I say, you know, Omarion won, but Bow Wow, I have to go Bow Wow because Bow Wow's catalog, his features, the So Def reunion that we got to see, it just is, you know, period.
But Soulja Boy played them records he produced.
Soulja Boy played the same damn songs 10 times, and we let him get away with that because he was funny. Soulja Boy is a kid in class that did not turn in his homework, but he funny as hell, so the teacher just let him get past. He didn't win that battle, but he was funny. Yeah.
Okay, so right. we didn't get a chance to talk about this. Trick Daddy said that Beyonce couldn't sing. Woo! Beyonce couldn't sing. Keke, you heard that? Did you throw your wig in the air?
I didn't throw it in the air because at this point I felt like Trick Daddy was like bored and was like, okay, we need to make the blogs. Let me figure out what I'm gonna say to make it. Like, you don't believe that. You really don't. Like Trick Daddy, you really don't believe that. You need to stop. I don't think it was worth the risk of your career to say that. Because now they on your ass. The whole Rock Nation, Beehive, you know, all all them, they own you. They own your ass. And now your restaurant, you know, is in jeopardy, all type of stuff. Like, please don't do that no more. It's not worth the risk. I thought it was very stupid.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is somebody won't be invited to the Rock Nation brunch.
Was he ever on the list?
No, he
sure
definitely was not going to the Rock Nation brunch.
He was never on the list.
Well, he definitely ain't going now.
Yeah,
he could have slid in there with Trina.
No, they might have bought him a. They might have bought a
Trina
plus one.
Beyonce respects Black women enough to give Trina a pass to go in. Beyonce would give Trina. Beyonce would give Trina, send her a, hey, here's 2 tickets to the Rock Nation, bro. Trick Daddy could have came with Trick.
Trina ain't taking Trick.
But now it's over. If he come to the door, the security's gonna be like, Trick, you can't come in here.
Trick is not getting in that, and everybody forgets. Everybody forgets. Again, I don't know what cocaine is doing in our community, but we need an intervention. The fact of it is that people forgot Trick Daddy in celebration of his new radio show, which I'm not mad at. Congratulations. They got a great show they're doing. Him and Trina. He got caught drinking and with cocaine on. That's what he got. So I'm not saying that he was on anything when he did that. But if a person gets caught with cocaine and then says something cocaine-ish, I gotta think maybe he was high. Because that was a cocaine-ish statement saying that Beyonce can't sing. I was like, what? How do you say that? Not that you don't know now, dude. You can't say that. You're great. We loved you. We loved everything that you did, but you can't then say Jay-Z was just handed the crown as the best rapper of all time. No, you can't say that. Jay-Z earned it. Now, I try to stay out of it because I'm a Jay-Z stan. I am definitely a Jay-Z stan, but I was just like, yo, this is the most cocaine-ish thing that I've heard in a long time. And I keep hearing cocaine-ish things coming from people in our community, and it's got me scared. The cocaine has become a designer drug in the Black community when we used to be scared of it. We used to be scared of it. It was only weed. It was only weed. Now people are saying coke-ish stuff. Before we move on, hey, remember at the end of the pod, not necessarily the end, we have our Never Stop, Never Settle Society. That's right. We'll be bringing a special guest. Shout out to Dave Jeff. He is going to explain what inspired him. He's going to talk about things that he's done in the community. This is what we're doing. Hennessy is partnering with us to interview people that are going to inspire you. We know people that are watching the pod. We know that people that want to be entrepreneurs. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and now I'm about to become one on the burger spot. But that came from a lot of different conversations with entrepreneurs. And that's the thing. You get a chance to hear people that are really doing it. That's it. You got to hear people that are really doing what's inspiring to them, what problems did they have, what hurdles did they cross, all of these different things that can help you out. And you got to listen to it. It's going to be an amazing segment again. Shout out to Hennessy for sure, for being involved with the community in that way and trying to inspire. That's super cool. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Derek Chauvin, 22.5 years. 22.5 years. Was this too harsh of a sentence, or did he need more time? Zach, Black Zach, what's up?
Definitely wasn't too harsh of a sentence. He killed a man, and abused his power. And it wasn't even like a split decision, killing. It was he kneeled on that man's neck for over 7 minutes. So that was a choice. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't expect that much time. I didn't. A lot of people, were saying that wasn't enough time, but I honestly didn't expect that much. And that's only because I'm not used to cops getting convicted, and when they do get convicted and they have to do some time, like that girl, like the white lady cop who walked in that man's apartment and killed that man who was, no, I don't know if did he die? The one she shot him on his couch.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he passed away.
Did he pass away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got like 3-4 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I was not expecting for George Floyd to get 22 years. That's the most I've seen a police officer ever get. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Apologies. Derek Chauvin. I didn't expect him to get 22. I did not expect him to get 22 years. But I'm not used to us getting any justice when it comes to police officers either. So this is new. This is all new. I've just been trying to take it in. And I don't necessarily know the law to say how much you should get, but I do know that drug dealers have got more than 22 years for selling weed. You know what I'm saying? Something that's legal now. So definitely, if you want to ask me what side am I leaning on, is it too less time? Hell no. I would say he needs more. He killed a man slowly.
Yeah.
Slowly. That's different. That's different. That's a heinous crime. So Yeah, that's all I got to say on that.
All right. Keke, heard about that? Saw the years come down. What were you thinking when you first heard?
Just like Zach, I didn't expect at first that many years. I felt it's such a complicated feeling because when they said 22 and a half years, I was like, okay, yes, we got some justice. But then when I started to think about it, I was like, ain't no damn justice. If he do good time and they give him, good time and plea deals and all this man probably gonna serve 10 years, you know, and be out back on the street living a regular life somewhere, like, so many other people who have killed innocent or unarmed Black men. And then right after the announcement came out, Judge Mathis posted a video. Y'all know that's my guy. So when I saw his video, it made it even more clear, like, we can't celebrate this. This is not justice. This is like, they're trying to appease us, but we're so used to not getting justice that this feels like justice and it shouldn't, Right. And then even when I thought about it even further over the weekend, I'm like, damn, what are we teaching the children in America? Like, you could do this. You could be filmed doing this. We can watch a man die slow, call out for his mother, and this man still gets to continue on his life, at some point. So it's horrible. I feel like he deserves life in prison for what he did. And I feel like we're sending a horrible message to all kids in America who are going to read about this story in history books and, watch this video for years to come. I really feel like, it wasn't justice and it's not enough.
I have to disagree with you guys a little bit. I have to disagree. A person that lived through the war on drugs and watched how people were reacting to people getting years. People used to do, even Black folks, when they first started catching people, and you hear about people going to jail for 3 years, 5 years. And I always, in my mind, they like, get war on drugs. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna stop people from selling drugs. Be crazy. Man, it's drugs to do this. It's drugs to fund that place. So this place, this the drug. Man, how they gonna stop this many drug dealers? I mean, I literally grew up in the drug dealer era, 110%. The Nino Brown era, 110%. Like, literally, the drug dealing economics supported a lot of stuff in this city. And that's just a fact. It's a fact. Evergreen Plaza Mall was probably funded by a lot of black drug money because of all of the different stores. And they would go in there and tear full lock up. I remember seeing dudes spend thousands of dollars in places. I'm like, yeah. Seeing cars and rim stores and all these different sales, and you knew where it came from the neighborhood. So I was like, nah, yeah, all right, whatever. What happened? They started handing out football numbers. Real football numbers for small offenses. Now, was it fair? Hell no. But what it did stop a lot of people from selling drugs. And like, yo, they gave him what for that? I'm cool. Because unlike these kids today that are not scared of jail, people that were my age that were coming up, did not want to go to jail and sit somewhere for 10, 15 years, 20 years. And I know people that got 25s and 22s and 20s and 17s and got 17 at 17. You know what I mean? Like, charged as an adult. And you started noticing a lot of people like, I'm cool. I look at it. And I look at it like it stopped a lot. So my point being is this. Like you said, the young lady shot the brother when she went into the allegedly wrong house. She killed him. In that short amount of time, people were enraged. And there's been tons of other stuff that enraged us because they only got a little time. Excuse me. But if I'm a racist officer I've done something that I know is kind of sketchy, and I watched Derek Chauvin get 22.5 years, am I gonna think a little bit? 22 years, no matter how you box it up, nobody wants to sit somewhere for a decade. Even if you're doing half of that, 10 years, that'll make somebody be like, ugh. And I think what white folks think when we're saying like, yo, this, that, and other. We complaining about this, we complaining about, y'all just want to do wrong and get away with it. No, we just want to do wrong like everybody else and go to jail. That's it. One won't die. One won't die. And we want handcuffs, not bullets. And there's been so many different cases where African Americans have done things that our white friends, our Asian friends, even our Hispanic friends have done and have gotten handcuffs, and we've gotten bullets. And we at a funeral and they talking to their family member through a glass windshield or whatever, the glass thing. That's all. We want fair. So when I saw that, I was like, yo, keep giving these boys these big football numbers, and maybe this will slow it down. Because I saw what had happened in the drug trade and the war on drugs. So maybe.
So I don't know your point. Are you saying that's too much time?
No, I'm saying.
Or are you saying it's an appropriate amount of time?
I said it's an appropriate amount of time because I think that number scares people. 4 years or whatever that young lady got, that officer, the ex-officer got, or whatever officers were getting before.
Or even if they weren't getting
or even if they even got anything, I think that doesn't scare somebody. If I'm saying somebody says 5 years, I did something wrong, where it gets all publicized over the news, and they got to do 5 to 7 years, they go like, I'm still.
They gonna do 3.5.
See, I'm cool. When you tell somebody 22, and even if you do half, that's a decade. So that'll make people think. I think, in my opinion, I think so.
But is it about scaring the next officer, or is it about justice for the crime that was committed? I think that's where we missing the connection. Like, I understand what you're saying about large numbers will help influence, hopefully, other officers not to make these type of same moves. But at the end of the day, this man lost his life. Like, he's never coming back. His kids never get another Father's Day. He never gets another Christmas. His life is over. There is no coming back for him. So do you really feel like 22 years that's justice? Or you're saying that you just feel like it's enough to influence other officers? But is it really?
I feel like it's both, Keke, because you got to think about it. If you think about it, the fear of the punishment is what keeps everybody in line. That's the thing. It's the fear of the punishment. Why when somebody cuts you off, you don't just go running and slam into their car? It's the fear of the punishment. It's when somebody snaps on you in public, or they do something wrong with you and they talk crazy to you. The fear of the punishment of smacking somebody upside their head, it's the fear of the punishment. That's what keeps us all as a civilization in line. That's what I feel. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I feel like I get what you're saying on that end, but I feel like if a police officer kneeled on your neck and took you away from your kids, nobody in your family would say 22 years is enough to replace your life or to justify your life, or you know what I'm saying? So
but it's nothing.
It's not, sir.
It's nothing that can replace a life, though.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Unless
it's a life for a life. Unless it's a life for a life.
Here's
in most instances, have we seen life for life?
It would be life for life if you got life,
right?
But the thing is, the reason this is so everywhere with us and the way we're thinking is because we never see police officers get convicted.
That's true.
We've never seen a police officer get this much time. So Tom's probably looking at this like, wow, this is way more than I expected. This is real, you know. Just said that they, you know, but you just said that people in the streets who were just selling product, not killing anyone, but selling a product that's illegal, get the same amount of time as somebody. It's been drug dealers who get more time for moving cocaine over the border than somebody who's than a police officer putting his knee in a civilian's neck and killing them over 7 minutes. You know, that's insane. That's insane.
I'm playing devil's advocate, and I don't want anybody on the pod fam to come at me so easy, champ. I'm playing devil's advocate, everybody. But I'm saying, yes, it's illegal to sell drugs. It's illegal to sell them. That is a part of it too. But it's also you're selling things that kill people. You're selling. That is where they have that fine line. I know for us is what we're saying because we're in the community, right? And we're saying, hey, you're selling alcohol. You're selling cigarettes.
It's still two choices in that. It's still a choice in. It's still a choice in that.
It is.
They're not making people buy their drugs and take them. That's different. Now, if you were shoving them down their nose, that's killing somebody. But if somebody willingly wants to buy this and do the drug of their choice and they die, that's on them. You know, everybody's accountable. But a man who just was at a store, you know, and it was national thing. And I mean, like I said, the reason this is such a tricky conversation is because we're not used to justice for our people. We don't even know what that looks like.
And that's sad.
And that's what really bothers me. It's not your take that bothers me. It's the fact that we don't even know what it's supposed to look like.
Yep.
And that's sad. And we have countless number of people who have been killed by police officers that they don't even get convicted. They don't even get to the point where they get sentenced. This is the first one that we can be like, oh, wow, in the last, 5 years that actually got a double-digit number in jail? That's crazy. That's the problem. Shit. I'm sorry.
No, man. Hey, it's passion. That's what we're here for. And everybody's feeling it. I mean, you know, is there a right answer to it? Yes.
I don't think so.
It's somewhere in the midst of all of this. You know what I mean? And you know, that's what we do this for, so people can have conversations. But it's my job to lighten the mood up, Black Zach. And before we get to our Never Stop, Never Settle Society interview, shout out to Dave Jeff. We appreciate you, brother, what you all do for the culture. And we hope that your words inspire people. This is an example. DaBaby and Meg, the Stallion, get into it. They get into it. Now, we talked about this before. Now DaBaby tweets out, hey, does anybody know someone that can get Meg to get Jay-Z on a track? And DaBaby forgot that Meg the Stallion is managed by Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. When you saw that tweet, and we all know people were responding, showing the pictures of Meg and Jay taking pictures together because she's managed by him. What did this make you think of? I can tell you instantly what it made me think. I can't wait till my turn. Keke, what was you thinking?
It made me think, I said what I said on the last episode, which is him doing that feature with Tory Lanez was not worth the risk of his relationship and connection to Meg the Stallion. And then he went on Twitter and proved my point with that dumb ass hairstyle he's wearing these days. So I have no words because I said what I said. It was not worth it. Him doing that feature was not worth it. Now look at you. You're never getting a Jay-Z track. You're never getting a Jay-Z verse, a feature, a damn ad-lib, nothing. You can't clear a Jay-Z beat. You can't do nothing. So now look at your dumb ass. I told y'all it wasn't worth it. It was not worth it.
Zach, what are you thinking? Keke, easy champ, bro.
Let me tell you something. I rarely say this on the pod, but Keke was right on that one. She was Keke, you were spot on. I tried to take up for DaBaby and say it was just business, but sir, you cannot wait the following week and then ask, hey, who can get me on the Jay-Z track? Well, you should have thought about that before you did the song Tory Lanez. I'm telling you who can't get you on there with him. That's right. Tory Lanez. That's who can't.
Exactly.
You know how you're like the 1 degree of separation thing where you're one person away from the person you're trying to get to.
Yep.
That was the closest person that you're cool with that can have a conversation is definitely Meg. Definitely. The closest one DaBaby know. And then you come out here, you know, you do that little weak ass performance at the BET Award. So that doesn't help you stop. You know, you're not really just at that popping point where Jay-Z is like, I got to do a song with you. And here's another thing. Even if he was popping, Jay-Z Jay-Z is very selective on who he throws his features out to.
Yes.
He's not gonna touch it now just because Meg is upset. Even if Jay-Z don't feel like DaBaby's wrong, he won't touch it because it's not worth it to him.
Thank you.
Why would I upset one of the people that I manage for DaBaby? That's what Jay-Z's gonna say. Like, why would I do that? And I'm Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's over. You were right, Keke. You were spot on with that one. You were spot on with that one. It wasn't working.
Damn it. We got to give a unanimous. Keke was right. We all ganged up on you, Keke. You got to get that one. You were right. You were right. He messed up. And I know when he pushed that tweet out, he had to see the responses. It was like, oh my God. It had to smack him in the face in a way that he was just like the only baby that's getting a feature from Jay-Z will be Lil Baby. Lil Baby will 110% get a Jay-Z feature very soon. We already know that.
One day.
Yep. That is definitely going to happen. But DaBaby, who I think, like you said Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars are on the clock. DaBaby is on the clock. He's on the clock for a hit record. He's on one. Crybaby with Meg Thee Stallion, that's cool. Is it like the other ones, like Bop and Rockstar? No, it's not. He needs a record bad. I'm just saying. And that BET performance, which I'm telling you, BET is one of those moments where you got to bring your A game. That's why you saw City Girls come with it. That's why you saw the Migos, for the very first time in Migo history, break out choreography. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. That's why you saw it. It's one of those moments. It's become that moment where you have to snap. Yeah. You have to go crazy. And the fact that DaBaby did that performance and everybody, like you and everybody else that watched that, was like, what in the hell am I watching? Yep. And what am I listening to? He's on the clock. Period. All right, man. Let's get to final thoughts, though. Let's get to final thoughts before we get to our Never Stop, Never Settle Society interview with Dave Jeff, brought to you by Hennessy. Shout out to them. All right, Keke, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I posted something on my page this week on my Instagram because people just kept tagging me in this video of Omarion doing these dumbass dance moves. And I just want to let everybody know, in case you have not seen my response on my page, that's my man, and I'm going to stick beside him. That's all I wanted to tell y'all this week. I'm not going nowhere. The Millennium Tour will be in Chicago October 29th. So that's where I will be. So I'm going to stick beside my man. Y'all can stop trying to drag him on social media. That's all.
That video was old, Keke. He don't even dance like that no more.
Thank you. I tried to tell people, but you know how stuff resurfaced.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to make a moment. Like, don't try to use my man as a moment. He is very unbothered, minding his business. So leave Omarion alone. I will not tolerate any slander.
But I ain't gonna lie to you.
I just got an alert, which I'm probably gonna go listen to in a minute, that Whack 100 is talking to Soulja Boy on Clubhouse. That's hilarious. That's gonna be hilarious. Zach Boog, do you have final thoughts?
Yes, I do have final thoughts. One of my final thoughts is Omarion was dressed like a fortune teller at the verse. I don't know why he came out with that. He came out in that silk red and red. I was like, he looked like he about to read people's palm. Right after the show.
Don't do my man, Zach, because you're gonna try to pull that look off of Big Jam. I better not see you in those silk shirts and boots.
I promise you won't see me looking like a lad. That's what he looked like. He had a magic carpet.
He did. He flew right on in there and flew his unbothered fat ass right out.
Man. I had a prayer. Should we pray?
I think
Let's pray, Zach. Come on, man. Let's pray, bro.
All right. It's just okay. I have to seg into it, so I have to tell y'all where this came from.
Okay, come on.
I saw where on the Shade Room, there was a post about women having, a woman was like, hey, men don't care about that little pooch, that little understomach that women really care about. Women love that little understomach. I mean, they love saying, oh, I just got to work on that little understomach. You know what I'm talking about, that little understomach.
Yeah,
it's under here. Yeah, but guess what? We don't care about it. We don't. So I need everybody to please bow your heads. Dear Lord, I said bow your heads, Tom. Thank you. Dear Lord, I want to take this time to pray for some of the ladies who may have felt a bit unappreciated, Lord. Yeah. Lord, there was a post on the Shade Room of a tweet that said, men don't care about the lower belly pouch, like at all, not even a little bit. And Lord, as a man, this is so true. Yes, Lord, I want to tell the ladies that this goes even further than that. Lord, ladies, whatever you don't like about you, whatever you don't like about your body, a man will lick. We don't care. We will lick it. Stretch marks, cellulite, that little spot around your edges, C-section scars, all that. Even that little keloid you got on the back of your ear, we'll lick that too. Because men are nasty. We don't care. Amen.
Amen.
So ladies, I just say this. Do you? And also, I want to give a special shout out, a special praise report to all the ladies who wear workout clothes but don't work out. Oh, that is so sexy. I love it. I love it. It's just something about when that side meat gets stuck on the side. They don't even work out. Oh, Jesus. Y'all are all true goddesses and queens. Yeah. So Lord, I just ask that you continue to bless those. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Zach. That was a great prayer. Yeah. Yeah.
Amen. That was my favorite prayer we ever had. C-section scars.
We lick that. Because I just see women be so subconscious about stuff we really don't care about. Like, I've never, cellulite, stretch marks, see that a little meat, we don't care. We will move right past that. I've never heard a man be like, oh, I'm done. I can't do it. Yeah, right.
Come on, yes.
Have you seen how we built? Have you seen how we built? We don't care.
Come on now.
Oh,
Zach.
All right.
Yes, Zach.
Man. Oh my God. This fool said, all right, look. All right, cool. Shout out to the pod fam. My final thoughts. Love y'all to death. We are about to inspire the community. This makes me happy. Again, this is one of my personal friends, and we'll be bringing you guys one of these interviews presented by Hennessy, the Never Stop, Never Settle Society. And it's going to be people that are going to empower you. That's the thing that I want. I'm happy about. These are people that are going to inspire, make you want to go do something. Maybe think like, man, I want to do this. I want to do that. And maybe this person or the next person after that are going to say something in these interviews that are going to make you want to get up and do something better for yourself, for sure. Or you can just share them with somebody. Maybe it makes them do something. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to it. That's right. We want to go ahead and get to this Never Stop, Never Settle Society interview series presented by Hennessy. Here's Dave Jeff. Hey, what's up? That's right. Welcome to it. We've been talking about it all pod. That's right. It's the Never Stop, Never Settle Society brought to you by Hennessy. That's right. We'll be interviewing tons of entrepreneurs and just great people that you see them out, you see them moving, but you never know the story behind them and what inspired them and what are they doing to maintain that. That's the main thing. Just being an entrepreneur definitely doesn't just make you okay. You have to keep never stopping and never settle. And Dave Jeff is a proud member of the Never Stop, Never Settle Society. What's up, brother? Round of applause. Welcome to the What More Can I Say podcast.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? What up?
Yes.
What's up?
Welcome to the pod.
With that being said, cheers.
Yes,
Let me tell you, thank you. Thank you very much, Hennessy. We appreciate you, what you're doing for the culture. Thank you. Make sure you grab it. Of course. All right, now let's get to it. Dave, I love giving my brothers their flowers. A lot of people see Dave Jeff and they see what you become. They don't know what you're doing to get to this point. Dave, let's just go right into it. What inspired you to even start on this journey that you're on right
now? What inspired me, man, was just wanting to be fresh, wanting to be fly, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really a lot of my dope boy homies, you know what I'm saying? And then I just kind of figured it out on how to get dressed. Not how to get dressed, but like, you know, being fresh, being fly with that. And just really dove into it, did my homework, made some mistakes in creating things, but then hit the jackpot with doing something that people weren't doing. You know, early on, this is way back like in the heat press on the t-shirt era, you know what I'm saying? That whole piece was getting the dopest picture you could with the best quality, just so when you printed it out and put it on your shirt, it would be clear. And so figuring that out, took it a step further or whatever, and just really hired a professional photographer. And that professional photographer took pictures of my shoes. At the time, I'm a shoe guy, you know, so I'm a sneaker guy. And so what nobody doing, you know, shoes on the shirt. So I laid them out, you know, in different ways. And boom, still here. I'm still getting paid off a couple of those images today. This has almost been 20 years.
Insane.
Now, if it's one thing we know about Dave Jeff, child, you are always fly, as you mentioned. You know, but it's one thing to be fly, Dave. Now, what made you want to take the entrepreneurial route about that? Because you know, that's a different kind of hustle. What inspired you to do that?
I mean, I just kind of like fell into it, like about just being the entrepreneur. Like my thing was, of course, I was inspired, you know, by the Carl Kanais, the Russell Simmons and things like that. So you have these dreams, you have these aspirations to being this, but then reality hits you and then either you're gonna sink or swim. And so, I mean, I'm a swimmer, you know,
yes,
in real life. So I just kept going, you know what I'm saying? Took the $5, made it 20, made it 80, made it 200, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, still here.
That's dope. And you talk about still being here, and you talk about being influenced by the dope boys. But I got to ask you, 2020 was a crazy year for us all.
Definitely.
How did the pandemic affect your business?
The pandemic actually helped my business, Pop. Like, I say this, it opened up new doors in my business, right? Mm-hmm. New doors in my business to where, like, if I already had an online presence, the pandemic really kind of tripled my online presence. In that, it allowed me some me time to kind of get to things that I probably wasn't doing because I was moving so fast all the other time.
Right.
So I say it helped the online part of it, and it helped me to get me together to be better at me.
Love that.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
It definitely makes sense. I mean, you was getting to it. Now, there's this thing, you know, everybody says, okay, I want to be this. I want to get to this point. I want to get to this point. And then while you're on that journey and you're always doing certain things to elevate your own brand and elevate the people around you, because I know that's what you do. You like to inspire brothers and help people out. It's never been a true competition. You know what I mean? You were always one of the people that want to move as a collective. And I think that was one of the things that's super cool about you. But I want you to speak to this about where you feel yourself in the culture of Chicago fashion. Because I personally think you among some other people, and you can name drop, I'm gonna leave that to you. Mm-hmm. What do you feel like you fall in the pillars of Chicago fashion and entrepreneur?
I fall in, like, I guess I could call myself an OG in it. I said, like, people weren't doing it until I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm definitely inspired. Like, I could say who inspired me in that position. DJ Mustafa Rocks. I don't know if too many people know DJ Mustafa Rocks used to have a brand called Bruh Man, right? Brother Man. Everybody's seen it, but you probably not knowing what it was. Martin used to wear the hats all the time. You know what I'm saying? On Martin. So that was big product placement right there. So I'm like, oh, this nigga got Martin. You know what I'm saying? That was dope.
Right.
Then he had this brand called Afro. And so Afro was really dope because it was definitely about us, for us, by us early. You know what I'm saying? And when I was, doing this MC thing, when I was in my early rap career or whatever, it was dope to me because I could sit with Mustafa and kind of customize my outfits to whatever shows I wanted to do or whatever. But then you go back to what was dope, like Hood Love, like straight standing on the hood, was Wild Hundreds. The Wild Hundreds tees, like, wasn't necessarily a brand, but it was Wild Hundreds, and they was representing Wild Hundreds. And then so I just kind of took them representing Wild Hundreds. I'm from Hyde Park, you know what I'm saying? Tatted on me, everything, whatever. And so even in my travels of MCing and being on tour, with the sneaker pimps and everything like this, everybody wanted to scream Brooklyn, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, Hyde Park, nigga. I'm from Chicago, Hyde Park, and that. So, I mean, I say that to all say, Pop, like, wasn't nobody doing it until I did it like we did it. Like, even with the store, this was early on. Like, my whole vision of the store was to be like an urban Gap, how everything in Gap was Gap. So my first fly store, everything in the fly store was fly. You know what I'm saying? Fly socks, shorts, tees, everything. But the niche was these hard to get sneakers that you couldn't get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I say that because I started that part of it, like the first sneaker boutique here, the first really one of the first African Americans to even deal with Nike the same way that I did. Like, I had 2 Nike shoes. I wasn't an athlete. This was then. K-Swiss shoes, you know what I'm saying? Did some sampling stuff with Fila, now currently a cultural partner with Puma or whatever. So, I mean, to say where I fall into that, like my brand Fly, like, if you don't know Fly, you ain't did your homework. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, I can respectfully say that I'm sure I have inspired every brand and have touched every brand in some way since the 2000s. And
talk. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if do your homework, and as we say now, no cap. You know what I'm saying? And Tone, you know me well enough. I don't talk like that often. You know what I'm saying? Because I am that humble guy, because I'm secure in who Dave is. I was Dave before Fly, Dave pre-Fly, during Fly, or whatever. But I know who I am, but I know what I've done. I know what my baby is. I know my baby has grown up and spawned a whole bunch. I got a whole bunch of grandkids from a baby. You know what I'm saying? In that. And I'm cool of it. Your Don C will tell you. He started wearing Air Force Ones because of me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is on record. Virgil is giving XYZ accolades or whatever. So to answer that question, I feel that I should be very high in the Chicago thing. But I mean, if you feel like that, you feel like that. If you don't, you don't. I know what I do.
Right. I mean, we're gonna get into not to cut you out, Keke. We're definitely gonna get into some of the things hip hop wise, things that you inspire hip hop wise, because not only have you, it's not just fashion. It's a whole lot of things. Now, I definitely want to touch on that before we get out of here. Keke, what you got for us?
No, I just wanted to ask, because I know a lot of new entrepreneurs have popped up. PPP loans going crazy. Everybody starting their fashion brands. But I gotta ask you this. What are some of the challenges that you face as a young Black entrepreneur? Like, what are some of those big challenges that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome them?
Honestly, you always think that you don't have enough bread, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I felt that way before. I've been blessed though to the business to grow organically like it's grown, but also like, okay, a Dave Jeff brand to grow as it's grown, and the Dave Jeff brand has allowed me to do all these other things. So like the money wasn't really an issue. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of the Dave Jeff brand has been able to put back into my vision of the apparel. And I would just say like the lack of team. Sometimes, you know, everybody definitely wants to be a part of something.
Yep.
But everybody don't want to do the work. You know, you get some people that do the work with you and run with you and walk with you or whatever. But I just would just say like the communicating the roles of building a good team and moving forward and everybody being on the same page is some of the hurdles that I've been to. You know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely have had some great relationship, great buddies, great friends, whatever, but then get into where the vision is crossed and like, but I've been started this, you know, you just came, but you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So I just say those are just the hurdles, You want to be kumbaya with everybody, but kumbaya don't work all
the time.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to put hands on somebody. No.
Hands and feet.
No.
Right.
But no, on a more positive note, like where was the moment where you were like, it clicked for you and you were like, I'm supposed to be doing this? You know, people always talk about their passion and finding their passion, or, you know, the moment it clicked. When was that moment it clicked for you?
It was a couple of times for me. I don't know if you remember Briars on Roosevelt. You remember?
I don't remember that one, Dave.
I remember Arnold Briars. This where the 150 hats came from. This is where the hats.
But we talking about Maxwell Street.
Yeah, Maxwell. Okay, boom. Maxwell Street. My bad. Maxwell. And so the little dude that used to own it, his name was Arnold, right? And so it used to be this show. Well, the show still goes on. Well, I mean, COVID or whatever. The show called Style Max, whatever, and it was at Merchandise Mart. And so went there. So it's a whole bunch of different brands and vendors at the show. And so I'm sitting there with one of the brands at the show, and then Arnold came up. And then the person I was talking to at the brand introduced me to Arnold. And then Arnold was like, so, you're the guy that has the brand, like with the store that just has the brand and it's on his own hat or whatever. So you're going to make it. You're going to be good. Now, me as a young boy in the streets, out the streets or whatever, whenever we got bread, we would go spend our money there anyway or whatever. And so that was the epitome of good business to me. Going to Briars and doing it. Like I looked up to him or whatever. So for him to tell me that early on, when this is the same dude with Pellies and furs and all type of stuff in his store or whatever like this, for him to be like, okay, no, what you're doing, that, because people come and ask me for your stuff in my store. And they told me like, oh no, you can only get it at my store. I knew I was on to something there.
That's dope.
So dope. And now this is the thing we talked about, of course, the building of the brand, the fly, the sneaker stuff. They also, in some way, become, like you said, a voice of a community. Hyde Park, you one of the first people. At one point, Hyde Park was the hip hop spot. And I want to say, I don't want to say the city because people might get mad. They might get mad. But at one point, hip hop was coming from here, from Hyde Park in a way, in a festival sense. It was, blocking off the streets and all that. What has made you want to become that type of person in your community, or did it just happen organically?
It definitely happened organically, Pop. Like, I don't know if you, well, I'm sure you, because you came through a couple of times. Like, well, Fly, like the store, once again being a space. The first store was right there in Harper's Court. So this was the old Harper's Court. This is not the Harper's Court that you can see now that you can drive through from 53rd straight all the way to 51st. It used to be like a cul-de-sac. And it was restaurants there. It was the Marvellas. It was a Dixie Kitchen and, all those things like that. Dr. Wax and all that stuff was there before. And so my store was there. And that's originally what that area was, I guess, back in the 60s. Or 70s for the university was like live, work, lofts. So this is, if you've ever been to the First Fly store, this is why it was a dope loft, because I guess the students or people that had it, you could live there too. So anyway, in the court, it was just like able to, we did a fly block party. The fly block party, the whole thing was to feed the community there, whatever. And so that fly block party, first one was a couple of hundred people. You know what I'm saying? Who'd have like Kendrick Family Soul was there. Then okay, the next year it just got bigger. I got some K Swiss bread because this is when my shoe was coming out. So I was able to get Just Blaze and all this other stuff like that, whatever. Kanye came that year, and so it just kept building. And this was like the fly block party. And then so that was a thing of community, like I say, giving away food. It was great marketing for the brand and everything. So that was a dope piece. Fast forward to the High Park Brew Fest. My man Jonathan Swain, that owns Kimbark Beverage, great brother or whatever, familiar with me, like we both High Park kids, and he just knew that I was a guy that could touch many people, you know what I'm saying, and influence or whatever. So the first year of the Brew Fest, it wasn't even a Brew Fest, it was like an Oktoberfest. And he said that was probably like the coldest day ever in October when it first came, and he only had like 30, 40 people there or whatever. And so he took it from that Oktoberfest and then went into a summer thing. And then when he went into the summer part of it, whatever, he hired me. He brought me on. He brought my company on, Fly Life, on or whatever, to help him kind of build it and everything. And then so when we did it, that 30, 40 people, it was about 1,000 people in this parking lot at the old bank on 55th, right? And then, okay, boom, next year we go. But at the time, Jonathan's a community person too. He's about entrepreneurs. He's about giving back or whatever. So we have vendors, cooks, people with little brands and everything like that. So we went from 55th to Harper's Court, the new Harper's Court. So that new Harper's Court turned that 1,000 into 3,000 or whatever. It just like double, triple, and just kept getting bigger. And then I was able to really use my influence and my relationships with the Jazzy Jeffs, the Clark Kents, the D Nice, and all those people at the time. And then it got bigger. And then one year he just let me be. He let me be. And gave me the bag to be. I was able to get everybody I wanted to get. Touch everything I wanted to touch, and that turned into pop. I think we had 40,000 people on 53rd over the course of the weekend, and then boom, the Silver Room thing. So it was that. So I've always been about the community. Like that was a big thing to me. If you were to ask, like, what was a great accomplishment? I mean, like, pop, I did so much dirt on 53rd, and then to see the sea of people on 53rd that we brought together on a positive note, having fun, enjoying music, you know what I'm saying, eating, my family's here and everything like this, was like, man, thank you, God. Like, if this is what you wanted me to do, this is where I'm at. Boom, let's go.
Love it, man. Love it. Before we let you out of here, I do want you to speak to this, though, the importance of mentorship. Now, we were just talking, me and Dave ran into each other on a bike path while he was riding the bike. So I was like, okay. We ran each other and we were talking a little bit about that. Let's talk about the importance of mentoring the young people, inspiring them. How important is that to you as an entrepreneur and a businessman and a philanthropist and every other thing that you have under your name?
Pop, it's super, super important. I mean, like I have to give it up to J Boogie, right? J Boogie opened his doors to myself, to Zoe from Fashion Geek, Dante Fashion Farm, Edward Ark, everybody, like Virgil was there for a time, my man Christoph Roberts and everything like that. So we needed that platform, we needed that space to be able to create. So that planted a great seed in me to want to do that, 10 times over or however much over I could. I mean, it's very important just because, like, one, it keeps you in the game. You know what I'm saying? Two, it's like, it really don't cost nothing, like really, but your time and effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can spend money or help generate money for everybody, but Pop, the feeling is like we're parents. Are y'all all parents? Keke, you a parent?
Not yet. Mm-mm.
Not yet. Okay. I know some people that can help you with that.
look, Dave. I need a couple dependents on these taxes. Okay, so
I'm just saying, like the parent role or the I don't want to say like the giver or whatever, but the person being able to help the next person or like raise them or, you know, inspire them or whatever like this is one of the greatest feelings, man. Like to see my oldest daughter style some of the shows that I've done or activations that I've done is just like, I'll be crying, man. Like this.
So proud. Yep.
So proud, like to see my son DJ do his music thing and produce and all that other stuff like that. That's like, man, to actually be walking down the street and somebody be like, yo, Dave Jeff, like, yo, I started this because of you. What can I say? That's just like, man, look, thank you, and whatever. It's the greatest thing. And once again, like in my mind, it really don't cost you nothing but the time or the conversation. You know what I'm saying? To it, and unless I choose to invest in that person, you know, further or whatever. But it's just a great thing. Like I think we all should do it. We all should grab somebody and like, hey, what you want to be, and help them be what they want to be. You know, whatever. Like even if it's well, let me get you some paper. You know what I'm saying? You want to draw or whatever. Like I got let me get you these pencils. Let me get you some paintbrush or something like that. Because even with the fashion stuff, when people just like, hey man, I want to do this and how you do your brand, this, that, and the other. I mean, in 2021, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. What I say is do your homework and go be involved. Like, Pop, I've been the stock boy at Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? I've folded many a shirts in many a time. you feel me? I've emptied many a garbage and swept many a floors and Tony Sports and stuff like that. But I understand that game. I know what a SKU number is. I know what wholesale and retail is. You know what I'm saying? I know why things go on sale. I know why this costs what it costs. You know, in that, you know, I know what different materials are or whatever because I did the homework in it. And that's what I would suggest that anybody in this game or wanting to be in this game and a fashion of anything like this, you got to go to the trade shows. You got to go where the business is. You know what I'm saying? And I love giving that information. If you're gonna listen, if you're gonna ask me a real question, I'm gonna give you the real answer.
Love it. I was gonna ask you what was the steps you would give to people. You should just gave it to them. We want to thank you, man. You are our first guest on Never Stop, Never Settle Society interview series for the What More Can I Say podcast. Cheers to you, brother, man. You continue to never stop and never settle and inspire other people coming after you, bro. You definitely inspired me. I was a fan before I was a friend. So, you know what I mean, man? Cheers to you, my brother.
Hey, and I appreciate it. And cheers to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I love what y'all doing. Keke, I seen you, girl. I seen you.
Thank you.
I hear you, Pop. I hear you. The commercials, you know what I'm saying? The show, everything, the energy, all that. You know what I'm saying? Tone, neighbor. Look, Tone. We could go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying, Pop? But like, y'all keep doing what y'all doing because y'all definitely inspiring a group of people to be all that they can be in it. Like Hennessy or not Hennessy, GCI or not GCI, whatever. Just keep it moving, right? But right now,
it's all about Hennessy. It's all about Hennessy and inspiring the culture, for sure. All right, and that'll do it. And you know how we end everything. What more can I say?